Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Blue 42 podcast. My name is Gabe, and I'm joined by my co-host, Alex, the founder of the world-renowned Instagram page, Cheesesteak. How does it feel to be here?
It'll be an interesting experience, but we'll see where this takes us.
Yes, it is the Thanksgiving edition. What do you think about the name Blue 42 podcast?
I like the name First and 10 better, but I guess this will do.
I guess it'll do too. I mean, it's still TBD, so if any listeners want to give us some suggestions in the comments, that's fine.
Let's get some viewers first.
Yeah, this first one's gonna have about 5 viewers, but it's alright. We're growing.
Okay.
A wise man once said started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Who said that?
I don't know. I think it was Drake.
Think it was who? Drake?
Yeah.
I don't think Drake is very inspirational.
Whoa. The slander? We cannot have that on this podcast, okay? This is a pro-Drake podcast. Alright, we do not say that here.
Fair enough.
Okay, what do you want to start with, the Monday night game?
Yeah, let's start with that. Good game.
Okay, so yeah, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers end up taking the win. I believe it was 27-24.
They lost?
I mean, they lost, okay? Not a great start. They lost to the Rams, which I'm not too happy about. You know, I'm a Seahawks fan. I believe the Rams are on top in the division now, which I don't like.
It's not the Cardinals?
No, the Cardinals are actually third in the NFC West. That's how good it is. Even the 49ers have 4 wins, which is more than the entire NFC East.
What a joke.
Who all have... How many wins do they all have?
They all have 3 wins.
They all have 3 wins. This is shaping up to probably be the worst division of all time, I think.
It is definitely the worst division of all time.
Okay, so Tom Brady. This is a guy who I drafted at the back end of my fantasy draft this year in our league. And I thought I was going to steal, this guy is Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, and even adds AB. And somehow he's just so inconsistent this year.
Yeah, he's been very inconsistent. On prime time, he's been terrible, but he's still having a pretty good season if you look at it. So I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, I mean, not an MVP season, as some mainstream media analysts would lead you to believe, but he's still having a pretty alright season. It's just that the thing is, I think I'm cursed, my fantasy team, because when I started the year, I put Tom Brady in. He got like 15 points for me in fantasy game. So then I was like, all right, I'm gonna switch it to Cam because Cam was putting up 30 that point. Cam scored like 5 points the next game.
All right, let's talk about real football first, and then we'll...
I need to get this off my chest. All right.
Fair enough.
I've been holding this in. All right. Then I put in Tom Brady again. He puts up 2 points. 2 points.
Was this a Sunday night game?
Yeah, it was. And this has just been happening for me the entire year. Everyone knows that I just complain about this all the time. I have a QB curse, right? And it's just unbelievable. It came to the point where I asked the guy who's first in our division in our fantasy league. His fantasy name is Kelsey's Kids. I asked him who to start, and somehow Tom Brady does good that game when he chooses Tom Brady. So from now on, I just might ask him.
You should. Or you could just draft better QBs.
Okay, Alex. Who's your QB in fantasy right now?
Justin Herbert, Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, but you didn't draft him. Who'd you draft?
I drafted Matt Stafford.
Yeah, speaking of...
It's not about the draft.
Yeah, some would say. The thing is, you're kind of cheesing in the league right now. You got Taysom Hill at tight end, and he scored 24 last game.
I know, loophole.
Yeah.
But ESPN actually fixed it this week, so now he's only a QB.
Oh, finally they took the cheese away.
Yeah.
If I had my... Oh, you can go.
No, people on Twitter, they were, just bitching.
Yeah, if I were one of those if I actually used Twitter, I'd probably be bitching with them.
Oh, well. Pick him up first
Yeah,
next time.
fun game. Did you see that Mike Evans play?
Yeah, that was
The one
a
was insane.
grown man touchdown
He was
right there.
Yeah, he was probably fighting for like a good like 4, almost 5 seconds. Just it was him and two defenders. He gets completely turned around and just completely muscles his way into the end zone.
It reminded me of AJ Brown's touchdown. Yeah, on Sunday against the Ravens to put him up. I don't know if you saw it, but you should. It's
No,
insane.
I didn't. I gotta check it out.
Yeah, you should.
Speak.
It's better than the Evans
Yeah.
touchdown.
I mean, Tampa Bay is a really good team. It's just the Saints are in their division. If they can win with Taysom Hill, I feel like it could be tough for any team that plays against them in the playoffs.
Yeah, the Rams defense is legit. Like it's a legitimate
Yeah.
top 5 defense in the league right now. It's
Like
very
me being a
top heavy.
Seahawks fan, yeah, me being a Seahawks fan, it's honestly kind of hard to admit that Jalen Ramsey, like without a doubt, I think is the best cornerback in the league. I mean, I shout out, you gotta say names like Jair Alexander, and Trey White, but it's just he's just so good.
I know their defense is very top heavy, but it works. They find
It does
studs.
work. Yeah, the thing is just when you have like a Jared Goff back there, I feel like it's the same sort of position that the 49ers were in last year, where it's like, okay, you have this amazing roster, you have this amazing team, you have pretty good wide receivers, but the thing is, is it going to be your QB that holds you back from winning that Super Bowl? Which I'm just worried about for the Rams.
Yeah, same. But I mean, Goff. I mean, he threw 2 picks yesterday, but it didn't feel like he threw 2 picks. He played a pretty good game.
Yeah, he looked pretty calm. When you look back at that Super Bowl loss, he was nervous. He was still young. He was trying to play up to his contract back then, and now it just feels like he's looser, and he doesn't care anymore, and he's just more confident, which I think is good for the Rams. Bad for the Seahawks though.
Yeah, the Rams should be. I think they'll make a deep run this year.
Yeah, I think.
Defense in the winter, December, January, it would be tough.
This NFC West race is going to be so close because if you look at the Seahawks schedule, it is pretty easy. We've got 3 NFC East teams. The Jets, which I mean, Alex is a Jets fan. He knows how the season's going. But I mean, the Jets aren't too bad. I don't think they're as bad as the Browns back in the day. They have some alright players. I feel like.
Yeah, definitely. But the Jets have a hard schedule, and not gonna they suck, but
yeah, you guys almost stole a game on Sunday, didn't you?
not really. It felt the final score was closer than
Yeah.
actually seemed.
Anytime you're playing the Chargers, you can never be too careful of that lead.
Yeah, I was praying that we didn't tie the game up on the last drive.
Sam Darnold played, right?
No, it was Joe Flacco.
It's Joe Flacco. Do you know if Sam Darnold's coming back at all this year?
I think he'll come back next week, but he'll play Miami, and they have a really good defense this year too.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough game. I was talking with some people the other day, and they're Giants fans, of course, and they were talking about, after Danny Dimes, gets a win, everyone's talking about, oh, he's the quarterback of the future, and Sam Darnold's trash. But I really feel the opposite way. I think Sam Darnold is a much better talent than Daniel Jones.
Sam Darnold is 100 times better than Daniel Jones will ever be. Just
Yeah.
search up Sam Darnold highlights versus Daniel Jones highlights. You'll just see the difference. It's Adam Gase, not Sam Darnold.
Adam Gase, yeah, he could really be doing he could be the one making him regress, which if that's true, I just feel so bad for Sam Darnold.
He's looked worse every year since rookie year.
You think so? Yeah, I mean, he had that amazing throw earlier in the year, the sidearm throw, Mahomes vibes, Aaron Rodgers vibes.
Yeah.
Although your comparison, you said that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you said that he would be the next Aaron Rodgers.
I said he has Aaron Rodgers-like traits.
Okay, I don't know if
Just
that's
make,
what you said, but
I didn't say it'd be next Aaron Rodgers.
mm,
Aaron Rodgers is top 5 QB of all time.
yeah, I think so. I think if we're talking about of all time, he's probably up there for one of the best talents of all time. But just the positions he's been in with different coaches and Mike McCarthy, who's not doing too well. Actually, they did just get a win with Garrett Gilbert, if I'm wrong.
No,
Right.
Andy don't start.
Oh, Andy's back. The Red
Yeah.
Rocket. Love
Yeah.
him. I mean, Mike McCarthy. I mean, I feel like Aaron Rodgers should have like multiple championships, but is he going to be in this category of one championship guys that's going to like hold back his legacy?
Yeah, the front office has failed them so many times.
Yeah.
It's just like that. It's like he's only thrown like 2 touchdown passes, the first round picks.
Yeah, I believe they haven't drafted a skill player in the first round since like the early 2000s. So they're one of those teams that believes, you draft from the bottom, you don't need to get these like top heavy guys. And even in free agency, I've never like really heard of like a big name that they've gotten in terms of the skill players.
Yeah, all the weapons they've like developed, I think it's because of Aaron Rodgers, not because necessarily because of their scouting reports.
Mm-hmm. And when you talk about these one championship guys, like Drew Brees, I don't want Russell Wilson to go into there. I feel like Russell Wilson can definitely go and get another, but I mean, for some reason, he just has had this terrible drought over the last like 2 games before this last week, where he's just been turning it over. He's been forcing it, but last week he looked a lot better.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens when you start slinging the ball. Like you're gonna throw more picks.
Yeah,
And like last week, Thursday night, you guys were very balanced on Thursday night. Like you ran the ball well.
Yes, I feel
it was like more of the 2018 to 19 Seahawks.
Yeah, I mean that still wasn't a great year for us. I think we got booted in the first round by the Cowboys, but I mean I think we were first in running that year, And I feel like over those weeks where Russell Wilson was having a hard time, he was trying to play hero ball, trying to stay in the MVP conversation and stuff. And like, you're just not going to win football games that way, Like, I can't remember in like who the most recent MVP was that won the Super Bowl. So I'd rather have a chance at a Super Bowl than Russell Wilson getting an MVP like any day of the week.
I also think he has to make those type of plays because the Seahawks defense is so bad. And I warned you at the beginning of the year, like Jamal Adams, speaking of him, like he's not gonna be the difference maker in your defense. You have too many holes.
Yeah, I mean the thing is with this Jamal Adams hate, it's definitely it has a little bit of truth in my opinion, but I don't think it's warranted at all. Like I was reading this I was scrolling on Instagram the other day, right? And I was on the Explore page and I see a picture of Jamal Adams and it's about is Jamal Adams like a terrible pickup for the Seahawks? Was he not worth the 2 first rounders at all? Which, first of all, the Seahawks never spend their first rounders, right? Like we drafted LJ Collier,
But that's not an excuse. Like you still give 2 rounders, so like it's not.
It is not an excuse, but it's just my way of dealing with it, I guess. But Jamal Adams, like he's just been injured, he's coming back from a groin injury. The whole defense has been banged up, Quinn Dunbar's on IR. Shaquille Griffin's been out for a month, I think. I don't think we've been able to get the chemistry together, but last week definitely looked like a step in the right direction.
Do you think he's been worth 2 first-round picks so far?
I still think so. I mean, he's a playmaker. And in the comments of that Instagram post that I was talking about, one of the comments said Jamal Adams is just lazy in coverage, or he's just a lazy player, which when you watch the film, Jamal Adams is the opposite of lazy. He's jumping up and down, he's hyping up the players. He brings the energy to the defense. And I don't think you can call him lazy. I mean, he's poor in coverage. I don't know before. He's mid in coverage, I'd say.
Yeah, but in my opinion, you don't trade 2 first-round picks for a safety that can just blitz. He has to, cover, and he hasn't covered anyone this year. He's regressed.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was out for 4 games. He had the groin injury. It could. I don't want to make excuses, but that's all I'm gonna say.
See, time will tell.
Okay.
Okay, moving on. So Joe Burrow tore an ACL, MCL, another structural damage to his left knee. How do you feel? Thoughts?
Yeah, he's such a good player. I mean, this was hyping up to be like one of like the best, battles of like rookie of the year that we've seen. Usually every year it's like, oh, it's like we know it's Saquon or we know it's this player, we know it's that player. But this year for offensive rookie of the year, I was actually like torn. I was like, is it going to be Herbert? Are they going to give it to the number 1 pick? Like, who's
Oh,
it going to
it was
be?
definitely going to be Herbert if he kept playing this way.
Yeah, but I wanted to see Joe Burrow like have a chance to get back in that conversation. That's honestly so disappointing. It just adds to like the list of injuries this year that have happened, and it's
Yeah,
it's really just like disappointing to see. Like, let me look up the list of players that have just been completely like out for the year.
I don't think he's going to be ready next year for Week 1.
You don't? It's an MCL
That's
or
what they said.
ACL? MCL or ACL?
Oh, both. Another like structural damage.
Mhm.
So recovery is like 11 to 12, or like 10 to 12 months.
Mhm.
Obviously, everyone's
Yeah.
different, but I don't think he's going to be ready Week 1, which is sad.
Yeah, it really is just disappointing. Like even though I'm a Seahawks fan, like I don't want to see guys like a Nick Bosa go down, who's just won what didn't he win defensive rookie of the year last year?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Definitely deserved it, and it's just
But like, I see comments like Bengals ruined them, Bengals ruined them, and I'm just like the Bengals O line. It's a death sentence. I don't think you can expect a team to rebuild an offensive line in 1 year. Like that's just unrealistic. It's a freak. It's a
uh,
freak injury.
I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna have to disagree with you there because did you see that one clip like before the season started where it was practice and Joe Burrow just got like immediately swallowed up by the defense in practice? That was
I
just the
saw.
funniest. That was just the funniest thing to me. And it's like, when you are rebuilding, like you're gonna have a bunch of cap space. You're not gonna have these big name players. You don't have to pay Joe Burrow. So why not go out and get like a big O line, like a guy like Trent Williams? Like, why don't you do that before the season just to like basically ensure your future?
I think because their first round pick before Burrow was also a left tackle. I think they named Jonah Williams.
Oh yeah,
Like
that's
he
right.
was the future left tackle, but I don't know. There weren't any like good offensive guards or tackles on the market because it's so hard to find good ones. But I would definitely use more resources in the offensive line, and hopefully, they learn their lesson.
Hmm. Yeah, it really is just disappointing to see. Uh,
Uh, you want to talk about
PJ, I want to go. Let's go. Let's talk about PJ Walker for a second. Now, here's a guy. Well, I sound like Chris Collinsworth there for a second. Now, this is a guy that I've been just wanting like to see succeed in the league for so long. Because I don't know about you, but I love the XFL, and the XFL was just such an entertaining league. Like I've always wanted like a minor league for that NFL when football wasn't going on. And PJ Walker, if that season would have finished, he would have been the MVP by far. And
Yeah,
he's so good. And I'm just like so glad he's getting an opportunity to showcase his skills.
yeah. I mean, the stat line's kind of misleading. I think threw 2 picks, but it could have easily been a 3 touchdown game. That both of the picks were in the red zone, so he looked really good. He
Uh,
spread the ball to his playmakers, and he's fast, he's mobile, which fits the modern NFL game. So I think even if it's not with the Panthers, he's gonna find a starting job somewhere, and he's gonna be average or
um,
the potential to be better.
yeah, if he just progresses through the year, I think he'll get a starting job. But I think just teams are just scared to take him because he's only played 1 game so far. So I wouldn't go to the lengths that he's gonna get a starting job next year. But he's definitely kind of in that sort of Teddy Bridgewater sort of position, where the starter goes down, and now you have a chance to show off your skills. Speaking of, the whole internet wanted Jameis Winston to get the starting job, and it basically surprised the world when Taysom Hill got it. How do you feel about that?
I actually wasn't really that surprised. That's why I picked him up. I had a feeling because Sean Payton has always, like he said, he's always like wanted Taysom, like an offense built around Taysom when like Drew Brees retired. So this was his, perfect opportunity to showcase it. And surprisingly, he didn't even run it that much. He threw the ball pretty well. He threw the ball a lot and pretty well.
Mhm. I don't
So
know if it's just me, but the way that Taysom Hill throws the ball is like it's like if you're doing like an end around and then, like it kind of looked like an OBJ sort of pass to me. Like it didn't look like a natural throw, but he gets the throws there, you know?
yeah, I mean he was very good, efficient, and he's always a threat with the run game. He got 2 rushing touchdowns, so yeah, maybe he's a quarterback for the future. The same.
Yeah, but like, where does that leave Jameis Winston? Because I think he could have maybe had some opportunities in some other places, some starting jobs, but he
I think.
he
Oh
got
no,
picked
go.
up early in free agency. You know, what were you gonna say?
I think New Orleans is the perfect spot for him. He gets to learn the Drew Brees and Sean Payton, like Teddy Bridgewater did, sort of, and then go make his money elsewhere.
Yeah, but if it's the perfect spot for him, why isn't he starting right now? The goal of football, if you're a quarterback, is to play. And how are you gonna like? I don't think it's the perfect spot. I mean, maybe bring him to somewhere like if he signed with let's see, what's a team that went down? I can't think of one off my head, but I feel like
Chicago. If you think of Chicago, like it's not going to work.
Chicago.
In Chicago.
Yeah, Nick Foles. I don't know how he's been doing. Not great, I guess, but I thought he's gonna do much better this year after Mitch Trubisky went down.
No, Matt Nagy's an idiot. He's just a bad play caller, and
Yeah,
that's why
Bears down. I
that's
what's
why I'm
up,
scared of that offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy, the Chiefs,
Eric
to come in.
Bieniemy?
Just because of Matt Nagy and just how like bad of a coach he is,
No,
and like same with Doug Peterson. He's just not good. I know he won a Super Bowl, but I think it's because of Frank Reich, the Colts head coach right now.
yeah. I mean,
Offensive.
I don't think you can blame Doug Peterson, but just the Carson Wentz is not playing well right now. Have you seen the stat that there's like 37 QBs that have a better QBR than him?
Yeah, some. No, I didn't see it, but I'm not surprised.
73 QBR, 37 Qs in the fall. That's like multiple bench players that have performed better than him.
I think he's
And
still a very good quarterback.
yeah, and I think honestly it's time to go to Jalen Hurts. I mean, he's had like non QB plays this year, but I feel like you just give him a shot, really.
No,
Why not?
if you're because Carson Wentz gives you the best chance to win every week, and if you want the playoff spot, you go to Carson Wentz. And before this year, Carson Wentz. Here, let me pull up the stats. Carson Wentz is a very good quarterback. Okay, his last 3 years, quarterback rating of 101, 102, and 93. I mean, those are 3, I guess, top 10 seasons. And
But
I
what
don't know
what
why he's bad this year, but
yeah, we have to let's theorize. See, my opinion, I think I don't know. I feel like it's my theory is that it's kind of psychological. I mean, like, imagine you're on this MVP season. Week 11, you go down with season-ending injury. Then a guy like Nick Foles steps in, basically takes your position, takes your glory. Takes all the hard work, and basically brings the team to the Super Bowl. And you're sitting on the sideline. You're happy for him. You're happy for your team because you just won a Super Bowl. But like, I feel like it has to have some sort of effect on you to see just someone else like take the glory for your work, and you're just thinking in like the back of your mind, like that should have been me.
yeah, and like Eagles, they haven't helped them out much. Like their O line, gives them
Yeah.
no time to pocket, and I think he
Who?
just has to get out of Philly.
Yeah. Who is the receiver that they drafted in the first round this year? Was it Jalen Rager?
You know who got drafted right after him?
Oh, I think it was right before. It was a CeeDee Lamb.
Right after him, the Vikings picked Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, and I think the CeeDee Lamb was right before. So imagine getting
Yeah.
picked in between CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson, and then you end up with
And their second round pick 2 years ago, JJ Arcega-Whiteside. You heard of him?
yeah. Oh yeah, I've just heard it like horror stories.
He got drafted ahead of Debo,
DK.
DK, and
Yeah,
AJ Brown.
yeah, not good
So,
looks. Speaking of that wide receiver draft class, Marquise Hollywood Brown is getting a lot of backlash from Ravens fans because he's calling for the ball when he's not open apparently, and he doesn't have like the same chemistry that I saw last year from him and Lamar Jackson.
he's cousins with Antonio Brown.
Yeah, I didn't know that actually.
He got the Brown genes. It's just
It's in your genes to
be a diva.
complain.
To be a diva. No.
Yeah, of course. I know you hate your divas.
Yeah. I mean, it's just in the genes. Nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
The Ravens have been struggling a little bit. The defense looks great. It's kind of like the anti-Seahawks. The defense looks fine. It's just the offense that's having the struggles. I
I
mean,
think the defense is number one in the league. Just
over
statistically.
over the Steelers.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, that's going to be a great matchup this week. Steelers Ravens.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later on. You watched the Sunday night game?
Which game was that again?
Chiefs Raiders.
Chiefs Raiders. Yeah, I caught the end of it. I was jumping up in my seat because I thought what's his name, receiver for the Raiders, caught the game-winning reception.
Yeah, that last drive from Mahomes was just so easy.
Was it Aguilar that caught that?
That
Or
was Jason
almost caught
Witten.
it? No, it wasn't.
No, Witten
Jason Witten?
scored the go-ahead touchdown, and then Mahomes got the game-winning drive.
No, I'm talking about the reception that got called back because they reviewed and he dropped it.
Oh, I'm not sure what you're talking about then.
Yeah, there was it was like one of the last plays of the game. It got called back. It should have been a touchdown, but they brought it back. I mean, the Raiders, I feel like there's actually a rivalry now. Like I know that Derek Carr, I think, came out and said it's only a rivalry if we win this game, And
Yeah.
I think it's just a rivalry from here on out,
Yeah, Raiders are gonna be a problem in the playoffs. I think they'll make it to at least divisional. They'll win the wild card.
Yeah.
Um,
Speaking of the Raiders, one guy that I thought would pop off this year, which hasn't had that much impact, is Henry Ruggs. You heard in the draft, this guy's speedy, comparisons to Tyreek Hill, and there's kind of two paths you can go down when you're that like speedy quick receiver. You can either be a guy like Tyreek Hill, catch these bombs, you're no longer a gadget guy, or you can be like a John Ross, kind of a bust. I want to see him become the Tyreek type, but it's looking
I
like
think
John
it's
Ross.
too early. It's too early.
It is too early.
Way too early.
I haven't really watched too many Raiders games, but I just feel like they have to pass the ball to him more in in those drag routes and just let him get space.
I think it's too early to make a decision on him.
For sure.
Who's your MVP pick right now?
MVP pick, is sad as it makes me feel, I'm gonna have to go Mahomes. I mean, it's just Mahomes is Mahomes. There's not much you can do. It's honestly disappointing because as a Seahawks fan, I wanted to see Russ get it. He had everything going for him. He had the narrative behind him. He had the media. He had the numbers too at the start of the season. It's just kind of disappointing. That it's going to be an uphill battle.
Yeah, I mean Mahomes is having such a good year, and no one is talking about it. No one. You just expect him to be this good, which is just.
Yeah, and that's something he's going to face for the rest of his career, really.
Yeah,
however, you can finish.
No, I'm saying his year is just so quiet, so under the radar. When I mean, he has the best. He's having the best season right now out of everyone.
Yeah, does he still have one pick?
It's 2 picks now. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, 2 picks. Oh, well, it looks like we got to give the MVP to Russ.
Yeah, I know.
But as much as like people want to count Russ out, he does have an MVP type schedule ahead of him to really get his numbers back up. He's got the, as I said before, the Seahawks have AFC, NFC, three NFC West East teams, the Jets, and then we have a big game against the Rams near the end of the season that could decide our whole like our seeding. Like I feel like that could be the one that decides us between the 1 seed and the 3 seed. Kind of like the 49ers game last year.
How many picks does Russ have?
How many picks? Hold on. Might be like 8 to 10, not sure.
Cause the pick count is kind of high. I know it's kind of high for him to win MVP if Mahomes keeps playing the way he does. Even be like stat pads against bad teams.
Yeah. Here, let me look it up.
He has 10 picks.
10 picks. Okay. Well,
Yeah, so
I mean, I think the year Mahomes won MVP, he had like something like 50 touchdowns and 12 picks. So I feel like if Russ can just keep like maybe like 5 more picks, 5 or 4 more picks max, I think he could actually have a real shot because, as I said before, he does have the narrative going for him. Like early on in the season, everyone there wasn't a week where I didn't hear, Russell Wilson doesn't have one MVP vote, so I think he's still in the race for sure.
yeah, I agree with you.
Okay, so another game that happened this past week was the Dolphins lose to the Broncos 13-20. Tua gets benched in that game. It's kind of weird.
The coach saw Fitz and the way Tua was playing, Fitz was the best. Gave them the best chance to win that game since they're still in the division title race with the
Yeah.
Bills. But Tua's a young quarterback, and I feel like you have to let him, work through his struggles.
Mhm.
So benching him.
Did you? Yeah, continue.
No, I'm done.
Okay. Well, did you agree with Brian Flores' original decision to bench him that week?
To bench Fitzpatrick,
Yeah.
I thought it was the right move because with all the other rookies playing well, you have to see what you have with Tua.
Yeah, it was just so disappointing because I don't know. Ryan Fitzpatrick is one of those guys that every NFL fan loves. I'm sure you love him even though he's a division rival.
Yeah.
He almost brought you guys to the playoffs that one year if it wasn't for the Steelers game.
You went 10-6 and missed the playoffs. What other year do you go 10-6 and miss the playoffs? It's like only the Jets.
I mean, just be good and go 7-9 and win your division. I mean, that's all I can say from a Seahawks fan. But yeah, Tua's interesting. A lot of people say it's just the defense, but there's definitely talent there. I think rookie. He's a rookie. You got to judge him as a rookie, even though he's one of the top picks in the draft.
He's playing
But
like a game manager right now.
yeah,
Nothing wrong with it, but he's still a rookie. So.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I mean, Russell Wilson was the game manager the year we won the Super Bowl. Ryan Tannehill's a game manager. Like, there's nothing wrong with being a game manager. It's just like, I mean, you're not gonna like get MVP winning a game manager. Although some people would say Tom Brady's done that over his career. So I don't say that. That's just what some people say.
Yeah, that narrative is so false.
Okay. So should we finish up with these Thanksgiving games?
Are we gonna cut? Okay, yeah. I guess this is a little.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. So one of the games we have the Lions versus the Texans. Now the Lions are coming off a 0-point game. Not great. The Lions have they is it the Lions who just haven't won on Thanksgiving for such a long time?
That's not true. I think they won. Like, who did they play last year?
I'm not sure. Wait, I'll look it up. When is the last
No,
time?
they played the Bears. I remember. They lost. They lost against the Bears, but they won the year before that. They've won a couple times.
Hmm. Yeah, their
But
all-time record on Thanksgiving is 37-40-2. So I was dragging it a little bit.
yeah. Yeah, they scored 0 points last week. They're missing their weapons, Galladay and Swift.
Yeah,
So
I know about Galladay. He's been injured on my team for a couple weeks now, and I don't know, on my fantasy team, I guess. You don't want me to talk about my fantasy team, but it's fine. The Texans, just been a terrible year for them. Nothing's gone right, you know. Bill O'Brien's ghost is still in the building. It can be felt, you know, when you watch that the Hail Murray, as some people may call it. It just got I just feel bad for Texans fans.
yeah, Sean Watson is having the best. He's having an amazing year without Hopkins, and people don't talk about that as well. But yeah, I feel bad for him, man.
Really, I haven't actually been paying attention. Let me look at his numbers real quick. Oh yeah, he's having a pretty good year, to be fair to him. It's just tough. It's just tough when your GM, your former GM and coach, just tries to do everything in his power to make the team worse.
Yeah, Bill Bryant has no clue what he's doing. He shouldn't even. You can't describe him. That's how bad he is.
Yep.
So, who do you think's gonna win that game?
You know what? I feel like give me the Lions. I know they just came off a 0 but win game, but that's why they're the Lions. You know, they're so inconsistent. Like the week before, they nailed like a 50-yard field goal game winner. And it's just, I feel like they're such a wild card, and especially on Thanksgiving, I think they'll play hard and get the dub.
It'll depend on if Galladay or Swift plays. If they do play, I think the Lions will win. Like Houston has such a bad defense, and I feel like Matt Stafford usually plays well on Thanksgiving. Like he's good on Thanksgiving. But if Galladay and Swift don't play, then give me the Texans all day.
Yeah, especially after a loss, I think he'll be extra motivated to win that game. Okay. Next game, we have the Washington football team versus the Cowboys. That's the 4:30 game.
I think whoever wins this, they're both 3-7. So whoever wins this game. Not that bad.
But Alex,
Like a
not
true
me.
game manager.
Now listen. Not me, viewers out there. Listen, not me, but some people would say that Tom Brady would take that position.
Oh.
I'm not saying it. Some people are saying it. But other than him, I don't know. Ryan Tannehill's like if he can take his team to the Super Bowl, or actually, you know what? I'm gonna switch my position. I'm gonna go with Nick Foles as the best game manager of all time. I mean, takes your team to a Super Bowl, catches a touchdown. I mean, that's all you can ask of your game manager.
I mean, it's only one game though.
No, he had his whole playoff run, you know, from week 11 on, I think.
Okay, that was like 3 games in the playoffs.
Yeah, 3 games in the playoffs, but like 5 games in the regular season.
No, Alex Smith, in my opinion, is the best pure game manager this league's ever seen.
Okay, I'll back it because Nick Foles is like in between a game manager and a backup for the rest of his career, aside from that 1 year.
Yeah, and Ryan Tannehill's better than a game manager. Like he's past that now.
Mm-hmm.
If you just look at his numbers, like it's pretty top. It's pretty up there.
Yeah, Matt Ryan's a guy that I've always liked, but he just that one Super Bowl just holds back his legacy. He's always put up the numbers. It's just I even turned the TV off when they went down like 28-6 or something, or
28-3.
not even that. It was like 20 something. It wasn't even that bad of a score, but I was like, yeah, there's no way they're winning this.
I remember I was complaining. I was like, "Oh, the Super Bowl is so boring." Like,
Hmm.
and then now it's looking back, and I'm like, "Damn it, Matt Ryan's never gonna win the one now."
Yeah, you can tell.
He deserves
Like,
it.
you can kind of tell like when teams like a lot of people like to say early on in this year that 49ers are going to be good, 49ers are goated, 49ers it's they're going back to the Super Bowl. But like the thing is, if you're not if you're not the Kansas City Chiefs and you have Mahomes, like Super Bowl hangover is like a really real thing in my opinion. Like teams will just go to the Super Bowl one year, come back with a similar lineup, and just absolutely do terrible the next year.
Also, the Niners are just like decimated with injuries, but
Yeah, that's definitely a fair excuse. They have been decimated, but it's just I feel like they could be better than foreign whatever they're at right now.
it can be.
I mean that's first in the NFC East, so still not a
But
bad team. Yeah,
but yeah, I'm going Washington.
yeah, Washington. All right, now
Are you
this
going
is. Oh yeah, I didn't say. You know what? Give me the Cowboys. Uh,
Cowboys?
yeah, I'll take the Cowboys. I don't know why,
You
but
want to? Do you want to keep track of who like our predictions? So we're
um,
both 0-0 right now, and then we'll just
sure, why not? But you keep track of
Okay.
that. I'm not gonna
Okay.
memorize that.
It's not that hard.
Okay, cool. So give me the Cowboys and the Lions so far. I mean, the Cowboys always I feel like they always play good on Thanksgiving. And did you see that one play where Juju Smith-Schuster, they were playing the Cowboys and he tried to run to the star, but they were just like Cowboys players that wouldn't even let him get close to it because they knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Juju is like you can't hate him, but like that guy is like kind of cringe sometimes.
yeah. You don't follow him on TikTok?
I don't really use TikTok.
They have three TikTokers on the team: Juju Smith-Schuster, Chase Claypool, who have in my fantasy team, and what's his name,
Dante
Deontay
Johnson.
Johnson. They're all on TikTok. So I mean,
Yeah, and they're one of the best trios in the league, which is just hilarious.
it is true, but I think Juju could be gone next year. Have you heard those rumors?
Oh, he's definitely gone. Steelers can't afford him.
You know who I think would pick him up? I think
The Jets.
no. I don't think so. I feel like the Eagles should pick him up. But doesn't that seem like a team that would?
I don't think they have cap space for that.
I'm sure they could move some players around to bring Juju in. I mean, is he a free agent next year? Is that why people are saying he's gone?
Yeah, he's a free agent.
Yeah. Also, I just don't think the Steelers want him. Like when you have Chase Claypool and Deontay Johnson on rookie contracts, why not just like save money?
Yeah, I mean they got good replacements already, and they have to pay T.J. Watt, so they can't afford to keep Watt and Juju.
They have to pay T.J. Watt. Isn't
Yeah.
he a rookie?
This is his 4th year.
Oh wait, no way, no way. T.J. Watt's been in the league for 4 years.
Yeah, this is his 4th season.
No way. Wait, you're jacking that.
No, I
He's
swear.
26.
He's
Oh,
played
who
4.
who am I thinking of? Oh, that's actually crazy that I didn't know that.
Gonna have
Wait.
to pay him big money soon.
Oh, yeah, that's true. He's gonna get that Joey Bosa deal.
Yeah.
Quick question: the Watt brothers or the Bosa brothers? Who would you rather have on your team?
Huh, that's actually a very good question. Huh.
Because when you're talking about the Watt brothers, you got JJ, of course. You got TJ, who's young and up and coming. But then you also got Derek Watt, who's the one of the best fullbacks in the league.
I think I'm
Even
gonna
though,
go with I think I'm gonna go with the Watts because I mean JJ Watt has 100 sacks in his career. Like
mm,
if he like wasn't injured, he would be like quite possibly like the all-time sack leader.
yeah, for real, injuries have definitely held him back in his career, and he's even like moved past that, and even through injuries, he's still been so dominant. Like right now, yeah, I'd say the Watt brothers, but I feel like in the future, the Bosa brothers are just gonna be on another level. I mean, if Nick Bosa can come back from that ACL injury, he's just it might be over for any other brother duos in the league. Although I don't want you to sleep on the Griffin brothers.
No, they're both trash.
All right, Shaquille Griffin's not trash.
Trash.
Shaquem is like he's like he's gonna make an NFL roster.
You can't hate him. Like, he's such a good story. So
Yeah, for real. They're same team in college, same team in the NFL. Pretty crazy.
he has one hand or arm.
Mhm. Yeah, that's pretty insane. But Shaquille Griffin's like a pretty good player. Like, he's been injured for so long,
he's
and we've
overrated.
definitely overrated. Come on now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's a pretty good player when he's not injured.
Okay. Moving on to the big game, big Thursday night Thanksgiving game. Ravens Steelers. Ravens struggling. Steelers 10-0, possibly 16-0, or trying to get to 16-0.
Could this be the game that causes them to lose the undefeated season? In my opinion, yes. Because
No.
when you look at the Steelers, you gotta think like, all right, nobody can stop this team, right? But if there's gonna be like one team that's gonna defeat them, I think it has to be the Ravens. Like, these guys hate each other. These two teams, just the rivalry is so large. Like, I think this is a trap game for the Steelers.
I think the Steelers have Lamar's number in his career.
Yeah,
but also, Ingram and J.K. Dobbins, they tested for COVID today, so I don't think they're gonna play.
Do you think the Steelers are gonna get this undefeated season? Because they kind of got a hard schedule ahead of them.
I was looking at the schedule. I think if they beat Buffalo, then yes. I don't know if they're gonna be Buffalo.
You're still sleeping on the Colts too. The Colts are coming off a huge win against the Packers.
They're playing at home, the Steelers. So
yeah. I just remembered I missed the Pat McAfee conversation with Aaron Rodgers. That's gonna be interesting when I watch the clips of that.
They're gonna go 16-0, or they're gonna go like 13-3 or 14-2, because once they lose the first game, I don't think they really care. They only care about getting the first seed.
Yeah, that is true. I feel like they could definitely take some of these games down here. The Ravens, the Bills, and the Colts. Bengals and Washington, those are both wins. Browns could be another.
Win.
It might be a win for the Browns because they might be sitting all their good players.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll definitely see.
But if they're 15-0, I don't think they will. They'll go for 16-0.
Yeah, and you have to remember that this team had a bye week in week 3, so they're just gonna get more and more tired towards the end of the season.
Yeah, they need that bye. They need that first round bye.
Yeah, that bye is much needed.
There's only one this year, not two.
Yeah.
So important.
Is the 2-bye thing coming in next year, or when are they adding that extra game?
They're not adding an extra game.
No, I swear they voted on that though.
No, they add extra game in the regular season.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. When they also added a game in the playoffs too. So
no.
Yeah, they didn't.
No, I don't think so.
So there used to be only like in the first round there used to be only one game on wildcard weekend per day. Now there's like 2 games a day, like 2 games on Saturday and 2 games on Sunday.
Even 2 games per day.
Well, remember, because originally the top 2 seeds would get that bye, but now it's only the top 1 team that's getting the bye. So the team that's the number 2 seed is now gonna have to play on the wildcard weekend.
I thought you meant an extra round.
No. Okay. Well, this has been going on for quite a while. Should we end it here?
Did you even predict the game yet?
Oh wait, we didn't predict the game.
Just cut that part out.
No, we don't have to. We don't have to cut it. This is just what happens when you make your first episode of a podcast. There's gonna be some mistakes, but it's fine.
Yeah, the Ravens, they're 6-4 right now. They're in the hunt. They don't have a playoff spot right now.
Really? No. I mean,
Yeah.
that AFC is pretty tough, but
So if
I
they lose 6-5, and they could potentially not make the playoffs, that would be hilarious.
no. I think there's no way the Ravens are making the playoffs, and I think this is a win for the Ravens. Lock it in.
No,
Hammer it down.
Steelers.
I don't know because this whole week is like the media's been talking about, Ravens, struggles, Lamar Jackson, problems in the locker room, and I just think they're gonna shut up all the haters this week, like you.
I'm not a hater. It's just the Steelers are a better team. That's all. But
Speaking of
it'd be funny.
haters,
It's funny if they miss the playoffs. Not gonna lie.
okay, Aaron, all right. Speaking of haters, I have a quick question. As the founder of Cheesesteak, what brand or what Instagram page do you see as the biggest threat to the Cheesesteak brand?
Not big enough yet. There's no threat.
Well, I mean, there's one Instagram account that you would think, would come to mind.
There's no threat.
I mean, have you ever heard of a page called Gauze
Oh, it'll be years before you even consider that page will be considered a threat. So
I don't know why you're calling
whoever's the owner of Godtake, you don't have to worry.
I don't know why you're calling it my page. I don't know who owns that account, so
So,
I mean,
yeah, I said whoever runs that account.
yeah, I definitely don't run that account, so don't try to slander my name, please. Thank you. All right.
Cut it now.
Yeah, that seems like a good place to end it. Thank you for listening. If you listened all the way to the end, we appreciate you. This is our first episode. So if it was kind of messy, it's just our first, and hopefully we'll get better. Anything to say?
No, it's my first time doing something like this, so be interested. Hopefully, we get some views.
I don't. You're gonna have to shout it out on your cheesesteak Instagram.
Let's see how many views first.
Okay.
It's all about the views.
By the way, for anyone listening, we are only in this for the money. We do not care about any. I'm just kidding. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a like and thanks. See ya.